Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello, everybody, and good Thursday afternoon to you, and welcome into the Auburn Blitz. Brett and David here with you for an hour during your lunchtime, and we're glad that you've joined us out there. Our program brought to you by Mortgage Pro there at McKinley Team, Big Fish Real Estate Group at Lake Martin, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply Stores, and J. Smith Construction, residential and commercial. David, a ton to get to today. Excited to have Coach Thompson on here in the next segment to talk about the big series coming up with LSU at home, coming off a huge series win against South Carolina. So we'll get to catch up with him, and of course won't have near enough time to get to everything we want to talk about with him, but we're just going to kind of talk to him about where the team is right now, heading into the last couple of series of the season, into the tournament, and what the postseason chances are. The road's paved to get to that magic number of 13 conference wins, David.
Things have turned, hadn't they, Brett?
Yeah.
I mean, in 3-4 weeks ago, we were bemoaning what was going on. Obviously, these young pitchers, there's some growth.
They're starting to get some traction.
Yeah. And Vale's been a lockdown guy on Friday night for the last month, and we'll hope that continues.
Right.
And it's something that I know Coach Thompson's excited about this. I mean, it's graduation weekend.
Right.
Every game is sold out. I mean, you can still get you StubHub tickets for a lot of money. And my son and family are coming in. I just bought 5 Terrace tickets. That's all I could afford for Saturday night. But graduation, thousands of people in town, something happening Saturday night that's never happened in the history of Plainfield Park before. And it's just going to be it's a great opportunity.
Hope you don't fly out of the state.
I was going to ask Coach about that. Man, coaches have been practicing. Surely they've.
Oh yeah, they've been out. Yeah, of course they have. And but you know, like the Falcon did for Air Force that time out in that bowl game. That joker hit the daggum end zone and he never looked back. Boy, they were like, well, I don't think that was supposed to happen. So
we'll hope Independence is a little more studied up on that deal. But of all the years. I mean, what a great year for Auburn baseball with the Frank Thomas statue and now the Eagle. I mean, the Eagle's a big deal for us. We're from a tradition. I've talked to people with my season tickets. We sit near some people that buy tickets from other schools, and I've had people say, I got in here early so I could see that Eagle fly. That's all I've heard about. So that's going to be exciting. But, hey, the main event is baseball. And, what a great opportunity.
Yeah, looking forward to having Coach Thompson on here in the next segment. Again, a lot of things coming down the pipe. Obviously, here just a few hours ago, the University of Alabama released and terminated Brad Bohannon as the baseball coach. We talked a little bit about this, kind of made some waves a few days ago about the betting on during the LSU series, and them Alabama being taken off the books and not being able to place bets, and there was some suspicious stuff going on. Really don't have many details. I've had some guys text me and that they're pretty reliable sources that. But I'm not gonna push out rumor until something is announced, hard, and it probably will come out, I believe. But Greg Byrne, the AD at Alabama, said announced that he has initiated the termination process for head baseball coach Brad Bohannon for, among other things, violating the standards, duties, and responsibilities expected of university employees. Bohannon has been relieved of all duties, and Jason Jackson will serve as the interim head coach. There will be no further comment at this time, pending an ongoing review. So that's
kind of read between the lines there, can't you, Brett?
No, you can. you can, and again, I thought that Brad Bohannon, and again, we're not going to ask Butch Thompson to make a comment on that.
No.
Butch Thompson hired Brad Bohannon at Auburn and was a good assistant, and he was able to get a head coaching job at Alabama. He was one of the up-and-coming assistants. Coach Thompson hired him from Kentucky to Auburn. A heck of a recruiter. Yeah. Was doing a really good job at Alabama. And, you know, if he got caught up in something nefarious, you know, you got to pay the fine, and you got to pay the price and do the punishment. And, you know, again, speculation on what he knew about somebody potentially placing a bet on an Alabama game, knowing that a potential player was not going to play in that game, a pitcher. And so that's really all the information I have. Now, whether he did or not, that's between them. Obviously, they feel like at Alabama that there's something to that, or they have some hard evidence that's the case. Here's the deal. If he was fired with cause, does he get any type of compensation on that?
Wasn't mentioned, was it?
It wasn't. They just said it's beginning the termination process, so we don't have any more information on that. But, you know, look, we've been through it at Auburn, so I'm not going to sit up here and act like any school is the golden child, because they're not. Georgia had their rough patches. Tennessee definitely has had their rough patches. Florida, good Lord, they've had plenty of rough patches. We ourselves have had plenty. But right now it's just – and we talked about this Tuesday night on the show. I mean, right now in Tuscaloosa, it just seems like everything, you know, between basketball and then now this with baseball, and, you know, some shootings that have been going on other outside of on campus, but, you know, not directly related to any athletes. But and then Jaquan Walton coming in from Wichita State, and he gets kicked out basically before he even really gets there, because he gets caught with illegal drugs and gets caught with you know, guns in the car. Sometimes things just snowball, and it feels like every news story coming out of Tuscaloosa right now is something bad.
Yeah, it's not a good time right now for them, for sure. And let me say this, Brett, I don't bet. I've never been a betting guy. You know, and sometimes our media, even on ESPN and SEC Network, sometimes they glorify and go over betting lines and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a big fan, because it leads sometimes to the human error of what may have taken place in this.
Well, what you always are concerned about, and I don't think any of us are naive to not think that bets are placed by coaches and players out there, and I think it happens. And, you know, that's the integrity of the game. And, you know, Auburn had a basketball player that was guilty and arrested of point shaving several years ago. Was it Verez Ward? Was that his name? I think it's Verez Ward. I'm 90% sure that's who it was. I just, you know, one of those situations where you look at it from a standpoint of, you know, that's the most damaging thing when an official or a coach or a player gets caught betting on a game that they play or they're involved in, and it creates a lot of conspiracy theories out there for people that go, well, crap, that goes on all the time. Well, you would like to think it doesn't. I'm afraid it goes on probably more than we know. It's so easy with people that are in control of things, if they're not morally and ethically correct about things in their life, to go ahead and say, hey, man, we're not going to throw him tonight. You know, or you know, at the Super Bowl, you know, I know what color Gatorade's in the Gatorade thing, you know, so go out there and place a bet on blue Gatorade. I mean, there's so many things, and don't think, because if you look at it from a stock market standpoint, there's insider trading that goes on all the time. Some get caught and some don't. When you get caught, you do the time. I think it's just like this, David, with gambling in sports. I mean, Pete Rose is not in the Hall of Fame because he bet on baseball that he was involved in. And again, people go, well, he was betting on his own team. Was he betting to lose? I'm like, no, but it's still the integrity of what it is. And again, I know that the punishment may be a little bit harsh on Pete Rose for not getting in, but they have stayed stern to that, and they're like, he's not getting in.
Yeah. But in this case, Brett, with the Alabama thing, of the thousands and thousands of bets that are made, obviously this was an easy red flag, because it must have been a pretty big bet.
I think that's probably what set it off, is that they knew, and again, the game was actually close, and Alabama almost came back and won the game.
8-6.
So it was one of those situations where, there's certain things that they look for. And again, Alabama's not one of those top programs out there right now everybody's putting money on in baseball. I mean, they're a good program, but when you have something that draws that red flag, it makes you suspicious, and now it leads to this. And obviously there's some type of tie. Somebody feels like, more information than we have here today with what's going on with Brad Bohannon. I hate it, for them as far as him as a coach, because, I did think he was, I thought he was doing a pretty good job in Alabama.
And, one of our kids, Hunter Morris, is on that staff as well. So, what's going to happen to those staff members, I don't know. I think we hadn't even been close to seeing the end result of this and what goes on. So, very unfortunate and just big news. I mean,
it is big news. And, I know that, look, I know a lot of my Alabama friends weren't very high on Brad Bohannon. I told them, I said, look at what he's done since he's been there and how he's brought the program up. And I said, he had them outside this sweep this past week on the road, and it was very competitive at LSU. They were in third place in the West.
Yeah.
I mean, had 30 wins already.
He's 167 and 124, which is not a bad
But he
record.
inherited a dump.
Absolutely.
So, I mean.
Right. So first couple of years, you got to give him a pass.
Exactly right. So up against the break, we come back. We'll have head coach Butch Thompson from Auburn Baseball on with us. Stay tuned. More of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
WF Cabinetry in Alex City has immediate openings for first and second shift production roles, in addition to immediate openings for Class A CDL drivers with the ability to be at home weekly. We're ready for you to join our family and grow with us. Prior cabinet experience is always welcome. Second shift offers a flexible 10-hour, 4-day work schedule, giving you a great work-life balance right here at home. WF Cabinetry offers excellent health insurance and 401k benefits, as well as an employee purchase discount with daily production bonus opportunities. You can apply in person at 2212 Airport Boulevard in Alexander City or call 256-234-7900.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Continental Roofing is your local roofer. If you think you have roof damage, call Continental Roofing for a free inspection and let us provide all the paperwork necessary to open your insurance claim. We work very well with all insurance companies, but we work for you. Your interests come first. You have assurance that Continental will install a quality roof at a fair price. In the unlikely case that you have a warranty issue, you can have the peace of mind knowing that Continental Roofing is your local roofer.
No monthly payments for 90 days at Glenn Smith Buick GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra Crew Cabs discounted up to $10,000 off. New GMC Terrains up to $5,250 off. And new Buick Encore GX up to $4,750 off. Shop online anytime at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the ground or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here. Brett and David here with you for about 45 more minutes. I want to go to the phone line now. Welcome in our good friend, Coach Butch Thompson, head baseball coach at Auburn. Coach, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to join us here on the program today.
I'm fired up before a big weekend, and thanks for having me. War Eagle, guys.
War Eagle to you, Coach. Let's go backwards before we go forwards. Last weekend, heck of a job going over to South Carolina. They had lost one game on their field all year, and that was a one-run game to LSU. So you guys go in, and I remember seeing what you said this is an opportunity for our team. And, boy, you guys embraced it. Won the first 2 games, had a chance to win that 3rd game, but a huge series win against one of the top teams in the country.
Yeah, they're special. That was one thing I didn't tell the team going into the series, is that they were 24-1 at home. And, at the end of the weekend, there was 5 more sweeps in our league. It's been an amazing, crazy year, like always, but seems like even more this weekend. And the home teams were 18-3, but we got 2 of those wins. We handed a home team 2 of those losses, and so it was a huge, huge deal for us. We'd won the Mississippi State series before, and really we're just talking about a second half, right? We got to play better than we did the first half, the second half, if we have any intentions of continuing to try to get to a regional and continuing to try to play postseason ball. So, and then you come out of South Carolina after playing great, and, really our offense showed up. I think we hit 10 or 11 home runs, and moderately, we're hopeful our pitching's getting a little bit better. It feels like it is these last 2 weekends, and we'll have to continue it, because it's like, all right, what do you get now for winning a couple of series, Johnny? What do you have for them? Now you get the number 1 team at home this weekend. But, again, we'll see it as the same opportunity, and looking forward to hosting LSU this weekend.
Coach, this is David. Hey, Tommy Vale's been phenomenal in the last month. You're pitching, like you said. Really, the guys seem to really be, locked in and growing. It's a growth process, as you know. And, I'm an outfield guy. I was an outfielder. My son DJ was an outfielder. Now Carter, my grandson, is an outfielder for Gulf Shores. And your outfield this year, every game, I can't wait to see what somebody's going to do. I mean, Chris Stanfield is obviously a rising star. And the thing I love about Chris, he always gives his teammates credit. Kason Howell's probably one of the best to ever wear Auburn jersey in center field. And Bobby Pierce, with his uncanny ability to just throw darts to the plate on the fly. It's just been, Justin Kirby's done a good job. It's just been, and your infield as well, but defensively, it's just been fun to watch these guys, man.
It is. We've been building toward that. Chris Stanfield, he wound up even leading off last weekend, and how big was he to steal home in the first game? He got on to start the game in all 3 games, and that's a freshman doing that type of work to get our offense going. And you know, he's going to keep growing and getting better. I think this is the tip of the iceberg, and Chris he may have even played a little bit more than I thought he would. He's done an amazing job, brings great energy, and it seems like these pitchers right now, they know when he's on base. I mean, he provides an element. Case and Howell just has my heart. He's our alpha male, our leader of our whole ball club, and you're right, he's been sitting there for a long time just doing great, consistent. His body of work is pretty impressive, and Bobby Pierce is, you know, those throws he's made, but man, he's swinging the bat well too. And Kirby's got 8 home runs. That outfield's been great. I think the offense has impressed me because we had so much to replace on that infield, and Trooper McMurray has done an amazing job, and Caden Green's been a great defender. Cole Foster played great last weekend. Defensively, hit a couple of home runs, and I mean, Bryson Ware is the story of the year, going from defensive replacement in the outfield to coming back in and playing the infield like he did in junior college, holding down third base. And what is he at 18 home runs now? He's just done an amazing job. So, but that outfield group has absolutely been a strength of our ball club this year.
Coach, coming down the stretch here, you got LSU, and then you got Ole Miss on the road, defending national champs, but they're at the bottom of the league. It's been kind of a weird year for them, and you come back home from Missouri. Talk about these last 3 series and then going into the SEC tournament, trying to get an opportunity to go to postseason play. I think the magic number usually is around 13 wins. It's not a guarantee, but you want to try to get to that 13-win mark in conference play.
Yeah, and we're still 3 weeks to play in 9 games in the league. I mean, you're trying to get to 15, and when that's not possible, 14, 13. 13's possible, you know. I think we're sitting there about 34, 35 in RPI right now. We're top 10, I think, number 7 strength of schedule in America. That you got to win games, and getting to play a number 1 team is that opportunity that it really magnifies and means more if you can get a win. We just got to stay focused in this weekend, and then we'll turn our attention to everything else that's ahead of us the last 2 weekends. But, you know, I think 13 wins guarantees you historically, about 40% chance of getting in, and every win you get after that. And we still got a lot of work to do. You know, we're sitting at 9, so you got to do some work to get to 13 and 14 and 15. But that's the position that we put ourselves in. But you know, we got to keep playing. We played great defense all year for the most part. We've absolutely got to keep swinging a hot bat, and we're going to see the best pitcher in America tomorrow night. And we've got to find solutions to shorten the game, or how competitive can we be against him. But there's some confidence associated with that if you can figure out a way. And then we just got to keep, you know, pitching a little bit better. We're going to change our pitching around, and we're going to throw Allsup game 1, head up versus Skeens. David, you mentioned how much good work Vale's done, and Herbert Holtz has given us some competitive starts here lately. They've been pitching above 90 pitches here for 3 or 4 consecutive weeks, so we're going to give them an extra day because we need the next 3 weeks to be great starts. If you look at the next 3 weeks, it moves to a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series the next 2 weeks after this. So, and there's a lot of gamesmanship going in this, and all we're doing is trying to line up our pitching staff the best we can to be the most competitive that we can these last 3 weeks. And, man, I think we're making the right moves, and now we just put it in the players' hands and allow them to go out there and you know, just compete one day at a time and do the best they can with this tough schedule.
Coach, we're excited. You know, we're behind you 100%. I love what you're doing. We love the fact that you're our coach. We wouldn't trade you for anybody. And before we let you go, I got to ask you one question. Has Independence been over at the stadium practicing for that run Saturday night?
I think they have been for weeks. So
yeah. That's incredible.
And it's just another neat thing where every conference game this year has been a sellout for us. It's just been tremendous to see the growth in the program. You know, when we lost those 5 junior pitchers last year that left early, we had such a great year, and they were presented such a great opportunity to move on in professional baseball, and none of the 5 had ever been drafted before. Can't hold them back from that. And, you know, I'm sitting here looking. I got a lot of first-year pitchers and a lot of young ones. It's been a hard road, but I guess I've held on to some old-school ways where I want the guys to be here for 2 or 3 years. I want guys to continue to get Auburn degrees. So I probably created a tough path for us pitching-wise. But if these guys can turn the corner and get us where we need to be this year, it was the right decision. But I'm sitting here questioning that, and we got all these young pitchers hopefully starting to grow and can give us something. But so many things are great. You know, this is a defense that can play at this level, an offense that can play at this level. If this pitching staff can keep learning on the fly and grow and get us into postseason, these guys will be better for it. So we just need our people to not only show up, but show out and get after these Tigers this weekend, and then a couple of weeks against the Missouri Tigers when they come to keep just trying to finish strong this second half.
Coach, it's hard to believe the season's already coming to an end. It goes by in a flash. And but let me also echo what David said. I commend you on what a great job you've done since you've been at Auburn as the head coach and built a solid, consistent, top-of-the-line program that all of us can be proud of at Auburn, and you continue to do that. Looks like these kids are hitting their stride at the right time again this year, coming off of a World Series last year, and just a tremendous job. Glad to have you at Auburn, Coach, and we appreciate you being on the program.
Well, I think it's been so enjoyable. It's been an honor of a lifetime. The Frank Thomas statue enriches our program. This Eagle flight that David just mentioned, I mean, it keeps creating excitement at the ballpark, and then starting in July to start building out and improving this facility. It's just there's a lot of great stuff going on in our program, and we're excited.
Well, Coach, appreciate you again. Good luck to you this weekend. Looking forward to it, and go get some wins.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me. War Eagle, guys.
Coach, I'll see you this weekend.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. That's Coach Butch Thompson, class act. Glad to have him. Fortunate to have. I said it the other day. I think he's the best coach in the league. You said it too. I mean, you look at
you
what
and Randy were spot on.
Yeah, I just feel like he's the best guy. And I mean, you know, we're fortunate to have him, and I wouldn't trade him for anybody. So that lets you know right there kind of where he stands. So up against another break. Stay tuned. More of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen-printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
SCAG, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that SCAG means productivity and reliability. Every SCAG mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. SCAG.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City.
J.A. Smith Construction, with 19 years experience, is your trusted choice for construction. Site clearing and grading for new home construction, basement excavation, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 334-531-0199 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Brett and David here with you for about 30 more minutes in the show. Again, I want to thank Coach Butch Thompson there with Auburn Baseball, class act, and glad to have him heading into a very important series with LSU. Got 9 wins right now, so you really need to get 4 more wins, David, to kind of give you that put you in that 13-win mark, which is over the last however many years. Teams that get 13 wins, 68% of those have moved on to a regional.
Well, he mentioned they'd like to get to 15. If
Well,
not 15,
I don't.
14. You're saying the magic number.
Yeah, the magic number's 13, but everything else above that's just hunky dory. I mean,
if we can win this series this weekend, I'll feel really good.
I will say this: Alabama went to LSU and knocked the cover off the baseball. They lost 3 really close games, high-scoring games, 13-11, 10-9, or 10-8, or whatever. I mean, this is right up our alley.
Some LSU fans are real concerned about their pitching.
Well, I mean, we're hitting the ball. We're hitting the ball as good as anybody.
We are.
And if we can continue to do that, you're going to give yourself a chance. And like you said, the power numbers, and Coach Thompson said that just a minute ago, the power numbers have been phenomenal.
37 RPI. And number 7 in the country strength of schedule.
If you win, look, I'm going to say this. Now, again, you can win this series, you go get swept by Ole Miss, it flips everything upside down. I don't think that'll happen. But I'm saying worst case scenario. But if you win this series and you win, and you had just come off a win against South Carolina, that's 2 of the best series wins in the country.
By anybody, yeah.
So I don't know that if that's not good enough to solidify you maybe at worst a 4 seed somewhere in a regional if you were to falter coming down the stretch with Missouri and Ole Miss. But if you beat South Carolina and LSU back-to-back weeks, I mean the number 3 and number 1 team in the country, I mean I don't know how you don't go, well, that would put Auburn at 11. If they were to just win 2 out of 3, put them at 11 wins. And that you got to get 1 win against Missouri and 1 against Ole Miss to get to 13. If you win this series, it's like Coach Thompson saying, David, you are putting yourself in position to win 14, 15 games. Because at that point, you just knocked off 2 of the best teams in the country. Why wouldn't you think you're not favored to go to Ole Miss and win and then come back at home against a Missouri team that's at the bottom of the league?
That's right.
I mean, you'd be disappointed if you did lose those 2 series.
There's no question. That's true. And look at this, like this, Brett. Better to be cold early and hot late.
Absolutely.
Than hot early and cold late. And we're hot right now. And people that go by numbers and they see those numbers, RPI and strength of schedule, that all just bodes extremely well for us right now.
Right. Again, he had an eventful weekend, had a new grandbaby, and then had a series win against one of the top teams on the road. So
That's a great weekend, and we didn't congratulate him, I don't think, on the air, did we? But we did. But we did before.
We talked to him before.
Yeah,
so.
before, and ain't nothing like those grandbabies.
You know, the thing about Coach Thompson, and on the phone and as he's coaching, man, he is so even keel.
Yeah.
You know, that guy doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low. You watch him in the dugout, and when things aren't going great, he's not panicking and running up and down through there and flailing around and screaming at everybody. He's got an even temper about him. When everything is going great and we're hitting the ball out of the park and we're leading big, he's standing over on the rail with his same kind of, calm stature that he has. So he's what you want, man. And, your team follows the characteristic of your coach.
Absolutely.
And that's why this program is where it is.
He's huge on leadership, Brett. He and I talk a lot about the books he's reading and books I'm reading and all of that. And I can count on one hand the number of times he's been really demonstrative in his Auburn career.
Those guys, I got a good buddy that when he does get riled up, you better clear out the room. He's going to clear something out. Because you could punch him in the face and he not get mad. But when something does finally set him off, buddy, you better get out of the way.
Mound incident at Vanderbilt.
Get out of the way.
I loved it.
Up against another break. Stay tuned. More Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hey, I'm Jeff Burke, General Manager here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston, where it's Ram Truck Month. Save up to $12,176 off Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn. That's a savings of 20%. Or select 1.9% interest for 72 months and save over $13,500 in interest. So come see us for all these deals and more here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
At CNT Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
OGS Tournaments. Russell Marine and State Farm agent Aaron Warren presents Crank for Bank 2023, April 1st through July 4th. Win over $1.5 million in cash and prizes. Over 200 tag bass and 50 tag crappie are waiting on you. All ages are welcome. Fish from the dock, boat, or shores of Lake Martin. Get registered now online at crankforbank.com for only $110 for 13 weeks of fishing. It's Crank for Bank 2023. Coastal Construction Design is the area's storm specialist experts and offers free roof inspections absolutely free to assess your needs. Their roofing experts get your home or commercial needs handled from start to finish. They have worked with all major insurance sources for decades, and they are permitted and approved for Lake Martin. Coastal Construction Design also handles exterior restoration, including siding and gutters. They are also a GAF certified contractor. Visit coastalconstruction.pro or call 251-215-3429. Coastal Construction Design. All things roofing from start to end.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you're about to hear is true, and the names have been changed because Brubaker Motors has sold to Sons Automotive. You heard right. Brubaker CDJR is now Sons Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Montgomery. Furthermore, Sons Automotive is a family business with dealerships throughout the Southeast. The name Sons Automotive is synonymous with trust, and they care about the communities they're a part of. They're excited to serve the River region, and in the interest of justice, you will be served a sentence of big savings. Sons CDJR of Montgomery. Family owned, family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Here, a couple segments left on this Thursday edition. Our program brought to you by Mortgage Pro there at McKinley Team, saving people thousands of dollars on their refinancing, their home mortgages, whatever it is that you need. Call on Eric McKinley and his team today. They'll help you out. Big Fish Real Estate Group at Lake Martin with a huge team of real estate agents to help you find the perfect piece of property, whether it be on the lake, whether it be in town, whether it be out in the country, whether it be out on the coast. They'll help you find it. And they do have some great real estate agents there to help you out. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply Stores, 10 locations in Central Alabama for all your home improvement needs, building supplies, everything that you need. If you're building a new house, they're the place to go. They beat the big box store. Don't believe me, go check it out yourself. And then J. Smith Construction, residential and commercial, they get it done. Doesn't matter what size project you need. If you need something done on your property, they can come out and take a look and give you a quote, and they do phenomenal work. So we're glad to be associated with 4 class acts here on our program. And
couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, couldn't do it without them, and bring us the opportunity to bring you the program each and every day. Let's flip over and talk some softball real quick. Auburn softball finishes the season at home this weekend against Mississippi State. Mississippi State is 6-14 in the league and just 27-22 overall. Prime opportunity again for Auburn to win another series. If they were to sweep it, they would get to 16-8, sitting there tied for third with Arkansas at 13-8. Georgia's 15-5. Tennessee has really been the bell cow of the league this year. They're 17-4, 39-7 overall. But you look at it from Auburn's standpoint. Auburn's 37-15, so not too many games separating them in overall record. But this Auburn softball team, led by Matty Penta, just continues to play really, really well coming down the stretch. And I know Mickey Dean's excited about what their possibilities are. If Auburn were to get a sweep, I think it would solidify them hosting a regional. I think winning the series could do that as well. But then they head to the SEC tournament in Arkansas on May the 9th. So we'll kind of watch and see how that plays out. But just kind of a quick update there on Auburn softball. The lone signee in this basketball class, David Aiden Holloway, 5-star, been increased to a 5-star in 24/7. Now is the second highest rated player all time in Auburn basketball history behind Jabari Smith.
Yeah, Buck Jabari Smith.
So does that tell you the records that have been broken since Bruce Pearl? Sharif Cooper's been up there. Yohan Traore, even though he didn't work out, was a highly rated recruit. We've had, Isaac Okoro, not as high as these guys, but we've had majority of the higher rated players have been in Bruce Pearl's tenure.
Here's the thing. Even the lowest rated of those players are higher rated than anybody we've seen for a while.
Yeah, here are the top players in Auburn history. You've got Jabari Smith, who's at the top of that and was the number 7 player in his class. And then coming behind him was Johan Traore at number 24. So he was actually rated higher than Sharif Cooper at number 27. And then Mustafa Heron. He's number 28 in his class.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Forgot about him.
Tells you Aiden Holloway is the number 14 player in his class. So big time get there
For now.
Yeah,
He may even.
Right.
Like I read, he just showed out last weekend at an all-star event, and people were just going crazy. So, and that probably bumped that extra star in.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that's the number 2 point guard in the country, number 2 player in California, and again, Matt Dahl's All-American, scored 19 points in that game, had a great showing there against the best of the best, and his team won, the West won in that game, and so a big pickup there, and glad Auburn was able to hang on to him in that class coming in with the transfers that Bruce has coming in. Hey, I did want to talk about Landon King. Auburn Undercover did have an article out about this, and they interviewed Landon King, and I thought it was great. He came out and he said, look, this didn't have anything to do with Auburn. He said, I love my time here. He said, didn't have anything to do with me not getting reps in spring. He said, I got plenty of reps with the 1s and the 2s in spring. He said, it has nothing to do with the coaches. He said, it was me needing a restart, and he said it was me wanting to play more tight end than what Auburn was wanting me to play. They were wanting me to play more wide receiver. And he said it just felt like in his ability and in what he wants to grow and do, he wants to be more of a tight end. So, leaving, it was – and here's a quote from him. He said, honestly, I just felt like for me, my development, I feel like I could be a game changer at tight end. And so, look, you got to respect that, and you got to understand that people make decisions, and they got to make decisions that they feel like are best for them and their future. So he doesn't leave with any ill will at all. I mean, he did nothing but praise, the staff that's there now. He says, look, I think this offense is going to be something to see. He said, I think they're going to put a lot of points on the board, and it's going to be a totally new look around the offense. So, he's wishing them nothing but the best. So
he handled it extremely well, and
you don't see many handling it like this.
No.
When they leave,
and it's going to be interesting to see where he lands. And obviously, it's going to be somewhere where he's going to be happy.
Well, he's got official visits lined up with Colorado, Utah, and Louisville.
Well, I wish him the best because he handled that extremely well.
He did. 6'5", man.
I loved him, man.
I thought he was a great player. Should have saw more of him last year.
No question.
The mystery of Harsin.
No question.
Okay, it's the final break of the show. Stay tuned. One more segment right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, with 19 years experience, is your trusted choice for construction. Site clearing and grading for new home construction, basement excavation, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 334-531-0199 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
LMG Ad Agency is the go-to vendor for all your digital and print marketing needs. We have in-house production for all projects, including graphic design, web design, social media marketing, videography, and print marketing. Our video production is up to industry standard with modern 4K cameras and drone capabilities. We pride ourselves in client-committed relationships, and every project is personalized to your needs. Visit lmgadagency.com for a free quote today. Let us tell your story.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, IngramEquipment.net.
Hey, I'm Jeff Burke, General Manager here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston, where it's Ram Truck Month. Save up to $12,176 off Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn. That's a savings of 20%. Or select 1.9% interest for 72 months and save over $13,500 in interest. So come see us for all these deals and more here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment here on this Thursday afternoon. You can give us a call. We hadn't really even promoted the phone number. It's been busy. Had Coach Thompson on earlier in the show. Glad to have that. We'll have that on replay, obviously. The whole show's on replay every day. Anyway, you can go back and watch all of our shows anytime you want to, but we'll clip out the Coach Thompson interview and push that out for everybody to watch. A big series for Auburn this weekend against LSU, and like he said, you're going to be facing the #1 pitcher in the country. They got transferred, wasn't it, from Air Force?
Is that right?
I think it's from Air Force, where he transferred from. So a dang portal, man. You just go out to Air Force, get you that Falcon. There's that Falcon again. I hope there isn't any tie with him and the Falcon.
Leave that Falcon at home.
Leave that Falcon over there so it doesn't fly out of the stadium. So
one of my LSU buddies last night, Brett, old guy from Gulf Shores, Mike Renzi, he's a huge LSU fan. And I put something on Facebook about I cannot wait the Eagle flight, and he sent me a comment. He said, well, he calls me a smooth horn, my music. He said, well, smooth horn, enjoy that because it's all going to go downhill after that. And I said, bring it, man. We're ready.
Yeah, we're ready. Hey, we like to be, we'll take our chances at home.
It will be bonkers this weekend, Brett.
It will. Like you said, there's a lot going on in Auburn. Again, most of the time we just pound the pavement on football, basketball, and baseball. But, let's talk about our golf team. Ranked number 15th in the country, hosting a regional that's coming up on May 15th through the 17th at the Auburn University Club. They've got 5 top 25 teams in this regional. It's the only regional, David, that has 5 of the top 25 teams in the country. Nobody has a regional. Of course, it's stacked as us. And guess who else we get? We get the #1 team in the country in Vanderbilt. How does that work?
And they're probably
how do they not get to host?
I know. They're sitting there going, why are we traveling to Auburn?
It's very odd. The seeds are #1 Vanderbilt, Number 2, Tennessee, who is highly ranked as well. Auburn, as we just said, is ranked 15th in the country. Colorado State and Ohio State, all 5 of those teams are ranked in the top 25. Also in the regional are Washington, TCU, Chattanooga, Houston, Marquette, Indiana, Augusta, and Siena is the 13 seed. So there's 13 teams in this regional. Again, May 15th through the 17th at AU Club. And
well, Brett, last year our women's golf team made the Final Four, I believe.
They did.
And so this year the men are taking up the mantle.
And Auburn golf has been pretty good, women and men's, for a while now. So that'll be exciting. Get out and support if you can. You can get a chance to host that regional there at AU Club, and just an exciting time. Maybe the top 5 seeds advance, or not the top 5 seeds, but the top 5 of the tournament will advance to the next round. Yeah. So looking forward to that.
Of the regional?
Yes.
Okay.
Of the top 5, they'll take 5 teams out of our regional, move to the next round. Going back real quick before we get off the show to kind of recap, again, the breaking news going on as we came on the air. Brad Bohannon fired at Alabama had something to do with this gambling issue that went on earlier last weekend against LSU. There was a red flag. The Ohio Gambling Commission struck Alabama from the betting board and would not allow any more bets because of suspicious activity. Obviously, there's an ongoing investigation with him. And, Coach Thompson, we didn't talk to him about that. We did a little bit off the air, and you could tell he didn't go into depth on anything. He just could tell he was disappointed.
Just so there's a lot not being said right now, and that will come out.
Well, yeah, it's going to come out. I mean, they've got to come out and say what ended up happening, and will Brad Bohannon be fired with cause, which would mean probably just a straight termination, no compensation or anything like that. Yeah. So, how egregious was this on his behalf or somebody associated with the program? How much did he know about it? How much was he involved with it?
Brett, I think it's going to come down to intent, with the information shared. That's about all I'm going to say. Yeah, but, we'll find out. Yeah.
Look, cheating's cheating. And look, I'm a big fisherman, and, several months ago there was a walleye tournament up in Minnesota, I think, and guys got caught stuffing weights down in the fish, and
seriously?
Oh yeah, you didn't know about this? This has made huge national news. Anyway, just your integrity, first of all, and in a sport like fishing or anything, when you do something that crosses a line and you get caught, you're done, man. You stick a fork in you lose any bit of integrity you had, and nobody will ever respect you. And from that point on, people are always going to say, well, if you do well, they're going, well, he probably cheated.
Right.
You're tainted at that point. So things just aren't. I mean, look, everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
Everybody that gets into competition wants to win. But those that can't help themselves and that want to cross the line to do something or want to benefit financially from something because they have an inside track and they can manipulate things, that's where the whole sport deteriorates. That's where you lose the integrity of the sport and the people that play. And again, I go back to saying what I said earlier. You bring out the conspiracy theorists that think everything is rigged. All the playoffs are rigged. All the games are rigged. Everything, there's no way those officials don't bet. I mean, all it takes is one bad apple to ruin the bunch. So
on the flip side, if Brad Bohannon is innocent, if this was a setup of some kind, I pray that will come out and he'll be exonerated.
Well, if it's a setup, then he shouldn't have been fired.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why. Obviously, they know something.
No, they do. I mean, I don't think you take that step because you don't want your rear end sued by the guy you're firing when he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Now, again, I'm with you. Things will come out. Obviously, more information will come out. But, once you ever get labeled as a cheater in anything, that carries on with you forever. So, it's just the way it is. So, tough deal there for them. We'll cover that story along with others as we hear more information. But that's going to wrap it up here on the Auburn Blitz. Again, thanks to Butch Thompson for being on the program. I really appreciate him taking time out to do that. For David, I'm Brett saying we've enjoyed it. We'll help you out. See you next time.